Hey guys, it's Darthmagus here, and today it's going to be a new video. This is another top 10. This is the top 10 game remakes I'd like. These remakes are, as you can see by the thumbnail, obviously not exclusively to Nintendo, and all these remakes would not be exclusively to a Nintendo console. These are just games that I would like remade in some sense, so I could either experience it for the first time or experience the greatness again. So yeah, before we start, um, why don't you guys in the comments say the games you'd like to be remade the most? Just like whatever one you want the most, and also please tell me I can do better so I can make sure every video is better than the last. So let's get started. Number 10, Metroid Prime. The original Metroid Prime came out on the GameCube, and that was a long time ago. So even though that they're still releasing new games like 2, 3, and soon 4, hopefully, I think it'd be nice if they could remake the original. Maybe even remake the original 3. Make it kind of like a Master Chief Collection style, where you can see, you kind of like have like a new trilogy, but they're all 3 remade, maybe with the same engine. I think that'd be a cool thing, and I definitely think I'd buy that. And that's why it's at my number 10. I don't think it hurt the game not to. I think it might be nice. So just to overall reinvent it, or not reinvent it, just remaster it for like the Switch, for example, or whatever comes next. Number 9, Kirby Superstar. Kirby Superstar was a game on the SNES, Kirby Superstar, and it was pretty fun. It had a bunch of different, like, almost stories, introduced tons of characters, and I think it was pretty fun. I think there isn't really a lot of Kirby remakes. I don't know if Kirby's ever actually had a remake. And with Kirby's, I guess, anniversary coming up soon, it wouldn't hurt to maybe remake one of the best games in the series. That's why Kirby Superstar is at my number 9. Number 8, the original Metroid for the NES. This game probably suffers most from being on the NES. This game was amazing when it came out. So much to do, and I think it'd be great if maybe the Switch's return to 2D Zelda, not 2D Zelda, 2D Metroid would be with a remake of the original. I definitely think that would be a popular game. Maybe they can remake multiple. Maybe they can remake the first, second, and Super in the same like pack. All games that are great but limited based on what they had to do. And yeah, I think a remake of the original Metroid could pose many possibilities, which is why it is at my number 8 spot. Number 7, the Super Mario Land games, specifically Super Mario Land 1, Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, and then Super Mario 3, Wario Land. I think they could easily, because how small each of these games are, remake all 3 and then sell them as a collection. I personally only own Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, and I really enjoy it. But like other games on this list, it's hindered by the game it came on. I think if Mario Land 2 was like remade on like the Switch, it'd be like one of the best 2D Mario games. Same thing with Super Mario Land. The biggest problem people have with Super Mario Land is that it had to deal with the limitations of the Game Boy. And it'd probably be a much better game if it was not on the Game Boy, it was on something else. And in my opinion, like, the way these 3 games can be reinvented It's why I put them at my number 7 spot. Number 6. The original Sonic the Hedgehog. The original Sonic the Hedgehog has been, from the Sega Genesis, has been ported to practically everything. You can play this game on a lot of consoles, everywhere from the Switch, to mobile, to an Xbox 360. But I don't think there's been a true remake of it. And like some other ones, maybe they could remake 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and have a whole like collection. All I know is it would definitely, unless they somehow completely mess it up, be one of the few recently good Sonic games, because it'd just be mastering these classics. And because I did enjoy it, that's why I put it at number 6. Number 5. Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. Super Mario All-Stars originally came out on the SNES with Mario 1, Super Mario Bros. 2 American, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and Super Mario Bros. 3. But then, well later, they made another version which included Super Mario World. This version, I think should get a remake. For one, it includes 6 of the best platformers of all time, with Mario 1, Mario 3, Mario World, all great games. And just, you'd be remaking all of these classics with a new thing. For me, I take any art design as long as it's not the art design of New Super Mario Bros. Because I think that art style hasn't changed in like a decade, and they should figure out something else. And if they do it right, I think this game would be absolutely great as a remake on the Nintendo Switch. And that's why it's at my number 5. Number 4. The original Legend of Zelda. This Zelda game, its biggest flaw is that it just throws you into the world. You get a little bit of lore, you get description of some of the items, but then you're just thrown out there, and you don't really have the best way to figure out what on earth is going on, and then fix it. Get it done. But even some sections of how certain things you have to literally put bombs in a specific place to blow up a wall. No markings or anything. You'd get like the answer to these with like Nintendo Power. If they already make these, something as simple as just making cracks in the wall, like in modern Zelda games, so you can see what needs to be blown up, would do countless things. And I think it'll be good if they even use the same engine as like Link's Awakening. I think that'd be fine. But I think a remake of this game could definitely improve it by a lot, and that's why it's my number 4. Number 3, Halo 3. This is the third Halo in the series, or the third main Halo, and the last of the 5 made by Bungie. And when 343 first got in and started by remaking some games like Halo 1 and Halo 2, they never remade the best of them. Granted, the most likely reason they remade 1 and 2 was because of how they were on the original Xbox and didn't have any internet and were overall very overdated, while 3, OTSD, and Reach still stood pretty well by themselves. But I still think it'd be nice after a decade to give this game a remake and really do the game which most Halo players consider the best in the series a second chance to prove its glory. That's a way to say that. Yeah, and that's why Halo 3 is at my number 3. Number 2. Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine is a game that came out on the GameCube, which, like Metroid Prime, is a long time ago. But this game has many, many flaws. as I was playing it in Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I noticed many things. Like the camera, at times, is really crappy. It just didn't work the best sometimes. Like maybe a free moving camera, like in Odysseys, could be done. And other things like certain levels, like the pachinko machine, were pretty messed up. Like it just didn't work very well. And other things like that could be changed to make this game overall much less controversial in the series, more popular, more like mainstay. And that's why it's at my number 2, because this game is so close to greatness. It just needs a few more things changed. And the number 1, Pokemon Colosseum. The Pokemon Colosseum series was an old series that is almost basically retired at this point, which started on the Nintendo 64. It was basically Pokemon's introduction to, or the console's Pokemon's introduction to TV systems from the games. And from what I hear, it's super fun, but it was basically never touched by again. Even in Pokemon's 25th anniversary showing of Pokemon stuff, they showed games like Hey You Pikachu Obscure, but they never showed anything but the beloved 2 Pokemon Colosseum games, which was not most popular. So a lot of people are hoping, me and I am too, that they bring back Pokemon Colosseum in some form, so that this great game can be played again by everyone. And that's what's my number 1. So thank you everyone for watching. Please comment what you thought. What games would you like to be remade the most? This has been Darthmagus, and I'll see you guys next time.